Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going over Hogwarts Legacy. I've just completed the game with almost 100%. All the quests are done, all the challenges for battling are done, and I have to say the game is very good. I quite enjoyed it a lot. I hope you guys are doing too. Please, if you want to help the channel in a terrific and free way just by subscribing, you also enter a chance to win a copy of Hogwarts Legacy, which I completely recommend for anybody to play because it is a very good game. You think it might not be difficult, but it is actually brutal. I played it in hard mode and I wiped and I died so many times you have no idea. I'm here today to be able to guide you with 5 little tips and tricks on what you need to expect and what the game is not really saying to you basically before going on. So this is Ghost of Red Seas. Let's get it, baby. Alright, so first of all, this game is actually quite insane. You can do so much things in there. I'm currently breeding a lot of different majestic creatures, as you can see here. This is quite fun. But let's just go over the first thing that's really important in my opinion, the map. How to use the freaking map, because this map looks very simple, but actually there is a lot of things that the game doesn't tell you that you can use in a very good and efficient way. If you are a completionist like me, you want to have a very streamlined way to go back and forth through the map, and this is going to be the way to do it. First and foremost, I'm playing on the PlayStation, so you can use the L2 and R2 buttons to zone out or zone in into the map. I found it very important because if you are too zoomed out, you won't see everything that you need to go over to be able to get all the collectibles and all that you need to collect in this game. As you can see here, there is little dots, white dots, but if you do R2, you can see that there is a field guide page that I can go and pick up right here. First things first. Second, if you go in the bird's eye view by doing L2, so going up the maximum amount, what is really cool and really fun is that it gives you basically a lot of information that you won't be able to know any other way. So on the top right, you can see that this is the Forbidden Forest. It's gonna give us the enemy level, so between 20 and 40. In this game, enemy levels and enemy are actually scaling with you. So even though you are level 40, let's say, certain enemies won't be able to go over level 40 if the region is 20, like this here. So if I go in South Hogwarts region, I am currently level 37. The maximum amount will be 37. But if I go to the Forbidden Forest, the enemy levels, since they are between 20 and 40, they can go to level 40 even though I'm 37. So this is first thing to understand. Second, it's gonna give us a list of all the information that we can get over there. So you can see collection chests, Merlin trials, ancient magic hotspots, astronomy tables. All the collectibles that you will need in this game are going to be displayed right here. It's very relevant because it comes up to my second point, where the game doesn't tell you that either, but if you go in challenges and you go in exploration, you're going to see here that these things are going to be the collectibles that you can get. But the nice thing about it, it's that it's actually giving you something back for collecting all those things. So as you can see here, these are the magical traces. They are used to power up your magic meter. So if you see the ancient magic meter on the bottom of the screen here, it's blue. I have 4 of them. I can get up to 5 if I get all the necessary challenges done. So if you go back here, you're gonna go and in exploration, and you can see that if I take ancient magic in the world map, I'll be able to see and get more ancient magic meter, which is really cool. Popping balloons gives you new brooms. Landing platforms, don't really care about those, but really important, these solving the Merlin trials, they are going to give you inventory space, which is very important at the beginning of the game, since you're going to be stacked a lot and you want to sell things into the game to get money, and you don't want to destroy them because it's losing money. If you go into your inventory, you can see here that your gear, that any pieces of item that you have, you can actually destroy it. But if you destroy it, you're going to lose the selling value, and the money is very important in the beginning of the game, so don't do it. So if you go back into collections, challenges are very, very important. You can use basically the top part of the menu also. You don't have to do L1, R1. You can just go over the cursor and use them. As you can see here, let's go in the quests or in the combat challenges. You get rewards by doing a lot of different challenges, which is really, really nice. So don't sleep on those because they are very, very important. So just make sure to get the ancient magic traces, to do the Merlin trials, and that's pretty much it. That's what you need to do. So if you go back into the map, so let's just resume. You can use the map as so we go back here into the map, and then what's really nice about it too, I don't know if you guys knew, but you can go from the world map and Hogwarts map just by using the left and right pad on the stick. So if you go right, you go on the world map. If you go left, you go on Hogsmeade map. So this is also really important. You can go back to the world map right away, so you don't have to use the cursor to go up all the time, which is pretty fun. Lastly, about the map, very, very important. If you go into more granular mode, you're gonna see all the important landmarks that you're gonna want to go and discover. There's a lot of things to do in this game. There's breeding, there's foes, there's like battle arenas, there's a lot of things, and it's really remarkable what they did with it. All right, also something very nice that they've added into the game is you can actually use Revelio on your broom or on your flying mount that will actually reveal the icons on the map, so you don't have to go back and forth on the map every time to put your cursors and then go back after finding something. So whenever you're done with something, you can just do it again, use Revelio, and then it's gonna show you where all the icons are. Very, very good. Do the main quest, but please do the side quests and get all the collectibles, because you will need a lot of level. The game is pretty hard. I've had a lot of difficulties in the end game, especially like at the last boss. No spoilers, but like I really it took me about 2 or 3 hours. So yeah, get your level up before doing the main quests, because you're gonna regret it. All right, let's go for tip number 3. Take a look at your talents. These are very, very important, especially towards the end of the game. You'll be able to make builds and do really fantastic things with it. There's a really nice trick with it too. It's basically, you know that at level 5, 16 and level 22, you will be able to get some of the spells here. Basically, every time you're going to level up, you're going to get a talent point that you will be able to allocate into one of these spells here. So if you want, what I did is at level 18 or around that, I've actually kept 4 points, so from level 18 to level 22, and I've used them to the level 22 right away, because what's nice about it, there's no prerequisite to be able to use it. So you can use the Avada Kedavra Mastery before using the, let's say, Disarming Curse. So you have choices there. It's not a tree line where you need to unlock one to be able to unlock the others. It's free for all, so you can save some points and use them all when you get level 22. That's what I did. It's a very good tip. I suggest you to do it. Also, the stealth one is really nice in my opinion. Whenever you get level 22, try to get this, because it actually creates an area of effect that impacts nearby enemies. So whenever you stealth kill someone, it actually spreads to others. Really interesting to have. And in the beginning, try to get the spell knowledges 1, 2, and 3. They actually give you another all 4 directions on your cursor to be able to have 4 different pages of magic, so you can rotate them around. Very important in my opinion. Right, so what I've done here is basically, whenever I have all my 4 pages actually have almost the same layout. So you got your curse on the triangle, as you can see here, and you got yellow and purple on left and right. And it's the same layout as the other one. For sure we have 5 red ones, so one of the pages have 2 reds instead of 1 green. So that's my main page, but other than that, they have all the same layout. So whenever I'm switching from one page to another, I always know that yellow is on the right, purple is on the left, red is on the bottom, and the curse green is on top. That's how I did it. It's also very very convenient whenever you are in the heat of battle and don't really know what's going on, so you have the same muscle memory on it. Let's go on tip number 4, the enemies and the enemy collection. This is very important for you to understand. When you go here in your menu to the collections, you have a enemies tab. All the enemies that you will encounter in the world will be here. They have big archetypes, but they basically share the same vulnerabilities. So if you found yourself in a way where you don't know what's going on, why you're getting smashed by a dug bug on the river, it's because you don't have the necessary tools or the knowledge to be able to deal with them. They say that this is stated, while recovering from their attack lunge, they are vulnerable to 4 spells. That's the purple colored spells that you have in your spellbook. So basically, whenever they attack you in a lunge, so they actually lunge into you, and there's a red circle on your face, it's unblockable, but it is dodgeable. Once you dodge it, you can use a force spell, and it's going to flip them over, or it's going to push them, and you'll be able to make a critical attack on it. Same thing for the trolls. You're going to see a lot of trolls in this game. But they pretty much have all the same mechanics. So it says here, after the troll slams its club on the ground with both hands, flipping it upwards with Flipendo will use greater leverage than usual. So once this is done, all the attacks once again are going to be criticals hit. And same thing whenever he is throwing to you a boulder, if you actually block it and then you throw it back with R1, once again it's going to be stunned, and you'll be able to make a little bit more damage. So they all have weaknesses, you just have to understand them. So take a look at your collections before going over the world, or if you have difficulties with some of the enemies. And tip number 5, know your spells. Very, very important. Know what they do, what you can do with them, and what you're actually making out of this. They have all different uses for them, but all of the spells do something really good. So if you are stuck in one of the enigmas or one of the puzzles that you have in the game, try to use all of them. And when I mean all of them, it's basically all the yellows, all the purples, all the red ones, and even all the pale gray ones, because they all have a purpose in the game. And the puzzles, especially the Merlin's trials, they are going to push you into a way that you will need to be creative with your puzzle solving. So this is tip number 5. Get to know exactly what they do, on which enemy they're actually working. Flipendo is good against trolls. The Levitate is good against duck bugs. When you're talking about Expelliarmus, it's good against ranged goblins and ranged wizards, basically. So get to know all of your other spells, and once you're going to be unlocking Imperio, Crucio, and Avada Kedavra, these 3 are very, very powerful. So try to know how to rotate them into your gameplay, because once again, the gameplay is tough. It's very, very tough, especially towards the end of the game, because all of the actual enemies are scaling to your level. So as soon as you're bigger level, they are going to be a higher level too. So stay woke, get to know your spells, and be a good wizard or a good witch. There you go. That was 5 tips from a guy that actually completed the game in hard difficulty. 5 things that I wish I knew, that I'm happily transferring to you guys, so you don't have as much as a hard time as I did. The game is beautiful, the game is nice. I really, really enjoyed it. Please, if you did like this kind of video, leave a like, a comment, and even a subscribe. It is a free and fantastic way to support this channel, and it is a win-win since you get a chance to win a copy of Hogwarts Legacy. This is Ghost of Red Seas. Peace!